Hey, welcome back to another episode of the She's Making an Impact podcast. I'm your host, Rachel Ngom. Today we're doing some on-air coaching. We have twice this week, which is pretty cool. We've got Kathy Sanderson on, which I'm so excited about. So this on-air coaching is a way for me to be able to dive in deeper into our students who are in our group coaching program, Activate, into their businesses, really serve them, support them, and you get the benefit of just listening in on our conversation to see how I would coach them. If you want to apply for Activate, it's for purpose-driven entrepreneurs who want to make more money, more impact in their businesses and their lives. Then go to rachelngum.com/activate. Kathy, what's up, girl?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Good. Oh my gosh, we were just talking about how we hustled and hustled to get here and worked out and get all the things done with the baby. So I'm super pumped to chat. Tell us really quickly, what is it that you do? And then how can I support you?
So I'm an inner child healer. I work with mums in their 40s who've had multiple traumatic events in their life, and I help them to find their inner peace and joy through inner child reconnection.
Amazing. All right, we got about 30 minutes together. So how can I support you?
So I have an amazing workshop called Heal Your Inner Child, and I run them every 2 months. Normally I've got people booked on, but this week it starts on the 5th of July. I've got no one booked on.
Okay, so what has happened? What's the difference?
I don't know. I've put the price up because as it's online now, I can actually send the workbooks out before so people can do them. So I've got even more time to actually put more into the workshop. Rather than people going through it. And I think I went through everybody who had applied or was interested in them when they were local. Mm-hmm. So I think I've just lost that I've used everybody who was interested, so I need to get it seen by more people. Mm-hmm. But I do have a group with 520 something people in. So
look at you.
Like I don't have an audience.
Yeah, you've really grown. That's awesome.
And it's getting lots of requests every day. There's people in that workshop, in that group, who've done that workshop and absolutely loved it. Mm-hmm. I post the testimonials. They say how much they've loved it, but there's no one booking on this time.
What are you doing to get people to book? What's their sense of urgency, the reason why they need to show up now?
So I'm talking about what is going to enable them to do, how they feel, if they're feeling like this now, what then by realizing why they feel this way, all those types of things, how they're going to feel, that they're going to learn all the skills that they need to do it forever, basically.
What are you charging for the workshop?
£99.
Okay. So typically, like, that's something that people would just be able to book. Like, you don't necessarily have to do a webinar or something like that. If it were like $197, $297, like more expensive, I would say maybe do a webinar to get people excited. But I want you to think, could you do like a few Facebook Lives and maybe get some of your past clients on? People that have gone through that workshop, and they can share their testimonials like through video. I would be doing all this in your Facebook group since you have such a big audience in there. So maybe you do like 3 days of Facebook Lives, and every day, even 5, every day it's a specific call to action to sign up for the workshop.
Okay.
But we need to give them an incentive of like, why do they need to join now? Why is now their time? And so maybe like they're going to get a special bonus on the workshop, something like the price is going to increase. So if they don't sign up by Monday, then the price goes up to $197 or something like that. So you have to give people that incentive and that reason why they need to take action now.
So it's just gone up from £60. It was £70 when it was in person. It went to 60 because obviously I was online. Speaking with Helen, it's now an intensive workshop. There is more to it. Mm-hmm. So that's why it's $99. I don't know how I could charge $197.
So your goal would be to get as many people in before you raise the price. And you don't have to raise the price this time. It could be a different level of scarcity. So maybe it's like a specific bonus. Maybe they get like a private follow-up call with you. just kind of brainstorm what you could offer that would disappear if they don't take action.
So private, like 15-minute follow-up?
Yeah. And
Okay.
on that, you have your private coaching package. So on that 15-minute follow-up, that could be an opportunity to see if they'd be a good fit for that.
Okay. I know I can get the lives because there's 2 people in my program who did the workshop.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that there's other people, quite a few people, who've said how transformational it's been. So I'm sure that they come and chat.
Whenever you're promoting something, you need to like over communicate about it. And so I'll give an example of my friends right now that are doing an affiliate launch for Business by Design, Christina. And
oh my God, them emails never stop.
Exactly.
I've got like 15 emails from people a day about that.
Okay. But my friends that are doing it, they're doing the launch together. I guarantee you they're sending out like 1 million emails. Every single post they're doing everywhere is on Business by Design. Their Facebook Lives, everything is all on Business by Design right now. And they're crushing it, and they're going to have easily a 6-figure launch and be the top affiliates. It's because they're like narrowly focused, like, and they're not in promo mode all the time, you know, but it's like, this is the chance for people to sign up for this program. They only get one time a year. It's a life-changing program. They want to make sure the right people get into it. And so whenever you have something that you're promoting like that, it's like, you have to over communicate it, because not everyone's going to see every email that you send. Not everyone's going to see every Instagram post that you're making, you know, so it's over communicate.
How would I put it on Instagram?
You don't have to. Are you like?
Yeah, but how would I? That's what I'm struggling with. I can do Facebook. I've got TikTok account and I've got 137 likes on a video, you know.
Amazing.
It's my daughter's really advising me. So even the one where I'm talking about inner child work, that's got 37 likes, and I posted it yesterday. But Instagram, because it's a picture, I don't know how to do it.
So honestly, if I were you, I wouldn't even go to Instagram just yet. I would focus on your Facebook group. That's me until you have someone that's like a social media manager that's going to be helping you, or you could repurpose your content within there. We have Megan Ulaney coming on, I believe, next month talking about Instagram within Activate. So she's amazing and she's just crushing it on that platform. The biggest thing is the picture doesn't necessarily have to be related. Like, I would look at people who have good engaged followers and see like what kind of content they're putting up, and is it necessarily related. And it does, like, the picture doesn't have to do 100% with the caption. So it could be like a picture of you, right? A picture of you with your kids, like, you know, just like brand pictures of, like, it could be a selfie, it doesn't even really matter, but you're telling like your story within that post with a call to action to sign up for the workshop. That would be kind of like the formatting that you would see. So we talked before on one of our calls, hook, story, offer. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
So we start with the hook, something that's going to get their attention. So that very first sentence would be that hook. Then you can tell a story that's going to lead to the offer.
Okay. I've got loads of pictures of me and my children.
There you go.
Those
are the pictures on our account that does the best. It's usually like me with the kids or me and Alphonse, and they're not like professional or anything like that. They're usually just like selfies and we're smiling.
Yeah, selfies are easy, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
So it's okay to keep putting it in my group and it's not going to look like I'm bombarding my group?
I think it's fine. When is the workshop?
5th of July, next Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, I would do other things too, so it's not only that in your group. But it's
I do. I post memes and I put things and
yeah. So you're totally fine to be posting about it every day.
Okay. And how often do you think I should email?
I would be emailing every day. Do we have a visitor?
You do, yeah. It's peering over your shoulder.
I know. TJ, what are you doing? You can say hi.
Hello.
Right.
Hello.
Now you can go. Go play. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. All right, close the door, bud. Thank you. Yeah, Toby can stay. Thank you.
So I normally send an email once a week.
Oh, I would be upping it for sure. For sure.
Okay, so I resent to the people who didn't open
Awesome.
my email today, but I gave it 3 days for them to open it.
Okay.
Because the people that what I worry about and what I think is, sending every day is fine for people who are in business and they're go-getters and everything, but the target I've got, they might not look at their email every day.
I think you're telling yourself a story.
Do you think so?
Yeah, because there's people that are in non-business niches and I get emails every day from them.
Because most people I would be working with would have anxiety or depression. And some people really try and limit their time on social media. I check my emails constantly. I have actually applied a thingy to it after you doing something, after your challenge. So
amazing. Good. No, I think you're telling yourself a story right now. I would email every day.
I think so, because I got a lot of unsubscribes when
you're going to get unsubscribes. You will, and that's fine.
Okay.
Don't worry about that.
So the emails. How do I get a good subject? How do I get them to open it? I got nearly 20% open rate this time, which was fantastic because I went through and I got rid of the people who weren't opening at all.
Okay. So I would spend, when you're writing an email, spend like 80% of the time on the subject line, 20% of the time on the email itself. And so
that's what I do. And I go to
the Advanced Marketing Institute.
Yeah. And it gets 40%.
Okay. Well, I would, keep testing. Maybe you can get something a little higher. 40% is pretty good. Maybe try a few other ones. The ones that work well for me are typically like curiosity driven, where they want to know like, what is it? Or like I'm just speaking to a friend. So one of mine that worked really well was just bonjour. And it had like a little emoji or hey with a smiley face. Or just ones that like it piques their curiosity. So they're like, I really wonder what this is about. We had a podcast episode. I think it was Marisa Corcoran on. I would go back and listen to that one because on that episode we specifically talked heavily about subject lines.
So what about if I was to do on like, are you free?
Yeah.
Are you free on July the 5th?
I would just say, are you free?
Are you free?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Would you do, are you free, or are you free to join me, or just are you free?
Are you free?
Okay. Marissa Corcoran.
Yep. So you could do one like, are you free? Or you could also say something like, can you join me? You could have one that's more obvious, like whatever the title of the workshop is called. So you could have the name of the workshop in there. I would have one. The name of the workshop, and then you can say something like last day to join us or something like that.
Even though it wouldn't be. Unless it was
you want it to be. Yeah, like if it's Saturday and you're doing it on Sunday, then you want it to be truthful. I would do one where you're like sharing a powerful story of you. And so in the subject line, it could be something like, I'm getting super vulnerable here, or like something like that. I was just looking at our IGTV stats, and the one where like, I think the title of it is like, I'm getting vulnerable and sharing my story. That one got like triple the views of a typical one.
Yeah, I get quite a few emails coming through about being vulnerable, and I've never told these people. Yeah, so it's obviously working.
It does work. And it's nice for people to get to know a little bit more about you and your story and why it is that you're doing what you're doing.
So rather than relating it to client testimonials and how other people feel,
do both. Okay. I think it's wise to share your story, but then it's also wise to have another email where you're talking about like their pain points and what they're going to get from it.
And would you put a video in an email?
Yeah.
For a workshop?
Yeah.
So just maybe a 10-minute where I'm talking, or could I download the Facebook Live video I did and embed that into my email for them to see that. Okay. See, I know it all really, don't I? I just need a slap.
You know so much, and a lot of times you just ask for reassurance, and I'm gonna start like pushing you a little bit more since we've worked together for quite a while now to just like what the answer is, what is it? And I'm gonna get you to actually come up with it.
Well, you saw my post. You can see how much I'm fighting.
You have grown so much, like it's insane.
So, client testimonials Facebook video. When I asked this in the group, and I just don't know. I don't know what to say when I email people to say you've clicked on the link. Why didn't you buy the workshop? What was it you didn't like?
Say that.
Really?
Yeah. Hey, I saw that you clicked on the link to check out my workshop on healing your inner child, but you didn't buy. I'm just curious. Why? Like, why didn't you buy? Would you take just a second? So you could do one of two things. You could just ask them to actually hit reply and tell you why they didn't buy. Or you could have, in the past, we've had options where it's like, I don't have the money right now. I don't have the time right now. I want more one-on-one time with you or something like that. So you can set that up with an active campaign where they actually click on one of the buttons. You'll get more responses and have more people actually do that if all they have to do is click rather than respond and type something out.
Okay. Well, so far there's only been 2 people who clicked. So maybe they might, I don't know. What would you do if somebody said they couldn't afford it?
Then that's good like market research for you to know that maybe one of those Facebook Lives that you're doing this week is talking about price and why you can't afford not to do this. And so like the Facebook Lives that you're doing, every Facebook Live could be like a specific objection that your audience might have to signing up, and you literally just talk about that objection.
Cool. Back to never ends, does it? So I'm starting now to get quite. I've got one lady, and she's referring me to all of her friends, and she's
That's
coming back
awesome.
to me, and she hasn't seen me since last year. But these are individual sessions.
Okay.
So I don't feel right charging more than £75 for an individual healing session. Perhaps I should. I don't know. But when I'm looking around at what everyone else is charging locally, that's what healers are charging or less.
Mm-hmm.
Then that throws me up with my programs and my coaching. But I really believe that it's the coaching part of the healing that wins it. So when I've been having people come and call me about working with me, I've been selling them the 6-month program. Mm-hmm. And then I don't hear from them, and I try and see, what they thought, and they just don't respond. So that's
these are like like discovery calls where they're interested in, okay. So one thing, so you're having this conversation, and what are they saying when you're getting off the call? Like, what does that look like? What's the objection?
The last lady, not the last lady, but the previous lady said that she just needed to work out whether she could do monthly or in full. And I've emailed her twice since and just not heard back.
So 2 things. One, I would get the deposit right there on the call. And then afterwards, she can always decide. So I would get the deposit.
How can you get the deposit in Zoom if you're on a Zoom call?
I put it in the chat.
Okay.
So we have the order page, and I'll just put the URL for the order page in the chat. And I stay on with them until they put down the deposit.
Right.
And we offer some form of incentive of like, when you put down your deposit with me right now, you're saving X amount of money. So it's giving them a specific reason why they need to take action now. Second thing is, if for whatever reason they have to like figure out finances, they don't have the money to put down the deposit, anything like that, you always schedule a follow-up call. That way you're not chasing them, and it's on the calendar of, we're going to be following up at this time. But I would get the deposit down right away and then they can decide if they want to do payment plan or pay in full, and they would just pay the remaining balance.
So I need to have a pay now price, which is perhaps the 2,000.
Mm-hmm.
If it's in a scheduled call, then it would go up to, because if they pay in installments, it's 2,100.
Okay. I would make it higher if they pay in installments. Because you want to reward the pay in full for sure. Like they get some form of bonus.
So
bonus or cheaper.
370.
So like when people pay in full for Activate, they get 2 months free. Right? So maybe they get a month free if it's a 6-month program.
So it'd have to be 380 then, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Or just say you get a month free.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then it would be, I'd have to work that out then, wouldn't I? To divide that by 5 and times it by 6.
Math, I know. This is the part that trips me up, and I always double check with Ariana, and I'm like, did I do this right?
So it'd be 400 times 6 would be, yeah, it'd be £400 a month instead of 350. Okay. And then schedule a
deposit could, yeah, it could be like a $500 deposit or something like that. And I've been on the call with somebody where they did not have the $500 deposit in the moment, but I just asked them, I'm like, do you have a $100 deposit? And that way, like, we can at least secure your spot. And I know, like, we're going to count on you. And then we have the date of when they're going to pay the remaining balance for the deposit. And so there are times where I've had to like work with somebody, but they really want to join. And so I'm always kind of flexible in that sense.
So when that lady was saying that she wanted to just check her finances,
I see him. I'm like, no.
That's it. That's my hand. If you ever see my hand go out like that in a live, you know that my child has walked through the door. It's normally the boy. So when she was saying that she needed to check her finances, I should have said, well, let's get you out the deposit so that you can then get that bonus.
Yeah, so you save money. So I would just say we always get the deposit right now on the call. That way you're going to be saving a month or whatever it is. Child. You're a distraction. Acha. If you're quiet and you don't distract me, you can stay. So
I had mine under my desk today.
I said, no, hey, no. Yes, you can hang back there. The mom look. I'm like,
you know, the mom look just doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't.
It's just you can see the glare.
That's what he said. He goes, it doesn't do anything. Oh my gosh, you could. Okay, so on the call, I would just say, okay, we always take the deposit right now on the phone, and so for us, it's the price is higher if they don't put down the deposit. And so just think about what that level of scarcity is going to be to reward them for taking action.
Okay, so you don't give them extra bonus.
It could be they get an extra bonus if they put down their deposit right then. It could be the price is different. I'll give an example too. Like I signed up to do a leadership program, and I was talking to the person who was enrolling me into that program, and he was like, when you pay right now, it's $3,500. If you wait and you have to think about it or whatever, which basically means you get in your own head and come up with excuses and reasons why you shouldn't take action now, then it's $5,000. And so I was like, oh, I want to save $1,500. I'll sign up right now.
Yeah, because they go for it and they really want it and they can see themselves, and then it gets to that price and they're like, I guess I just don't see the value. I've got to learn about.
We got to talk about, so I would go back through the Rachel Luna bonus on sales calls and also Jen Casey's bonus that we did on sales calls. Those are 2 great trainings for you to go through. And then maybe one of our upcoming Activate calls, we can do just like role playing and helping you guys do sales calls. Do you think that would be helpful?
I don't know, because they're always going to say yes, aren't they?
No, if we're role playing, like we'll challenge you and we'll come up with reasons or excuses why we shouldn't do it.
See, I'm just such an easy sell. I listen to it and I'm like, yeah.
I know, me too. And then when I work with analytical people, I'm like, oh.
And so that's why I'm not good at role plays, because I just say yes.
So we got to work on your pitch and appealing to the 4 different personality types. And so you are that personality type, I think it's the Monica that's just going to sign up right away. So remember we talked about this with Marisa, the different like friends personality types. So the Monica is like, I'm in, let's go, let's do this. And then the Ross is like the one that will read to the bottom of the page and he wants all the details and stuff. And so when you're creating that pitch, you got to make sure you're appealing to the different personality types too. And so maybe you just craft out your pitch. And so I know for us, like we use like an actual script loosely, but like I would just craft that out and then share it with us, and we can help you kind of figure out like where are the holes, where are the missing pieces, so we can make sure when people are on that call with you, they can really like understand the value.
Well, that's what they seem to be doing. You know, I'm talking to them and they're nodding and they're talking the right words and they're seeing that vision and everything. And then I used to be a really good closer when it didn't. That's what I realised. So I sold credit cards, I sold phone packages, you know, and I was a really good closer because it wasn't me.
So we got to work on your close.
Yeah.
Your leadership and your close.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because then I think, oh, well, yeah, because, you know, I don't want to pressure you. And I understand. So, yeah, I'll leave it to you to think.
No. You believe in what you do, right?
Yeah.
Then you need to help people move across the line and take action, because when they think and they need to wait, that's when they get in their own head and they get out of that state, and then they make all these excuses and reasons why they shouldn't take action when you know you can help them. And so you have to stand up and be the leader and help them move across that line.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I need to work on then, isn't it?
Being that strong leader that's going to help them take action.
Because I can get anyone to a healing. You know, I can talk anyone round to that.
Yep.
But this thing, the thing that's going to really help them, the thing that's going to turn their life around amazingly, like Tanya, it's the money thing again, isn't it?
Yep. So you got to be that strong closer, and it takes practice. Like I'm still working on it. I've gotten a heck of a lot better over the past year. But like it's just practice. And every time you do a call, you'll get a little bit better and a little bit stronger. And especially like when you believe in the program like you do, you need to know like this person needs this, and like I'm going to help them see the value and actually make a decision to help them change their life.
So then one of my subject headings can be, you need this.
There you go.
Okay.
And you're going to be doing this workshop a few times, right? So you said you're doing it like every 2 months or something like that. And so as you're sending out these emails, just look at the open rates and see like what subject lines really resonate. And then the next time you do it, you can tweak those subject lines and use the ones that work the best and maybe change the ones that didn't really land.
So do you send out the same kind of the same emails for the next time, or do you always change them?
Same, usually.
And people don't mind that it's the same email going out for the same program, but maybe 4 months later.
People will not remember.
Oh, okay.
They will not remember one email that you sent 4 months ago.
I do.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
When I read through, I'll know that I've read it before. That's why I'm terrible. My husband says, "Have we watched this film?" I'm like, "No, I've watched it before." And he's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "But then I remember all of it." And he's like, "What?"
Okay, so you're a rare special breed, because when you think about like 20% maybe people have actually opened the email, how many of them are actually going to like read it, take action on it? So I think you're fine if it's every 4 months.
We're watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer at the moment. There's 9 series.
Oh, the 90s. I love it. I just started, TJ, we just finished Full House and Fuller House, and now we're on Boy Meets World. And I'm like, yes.
Oh, wow. And it's like, how can you remember what happens in every episode? And I'm like, can't you?
You're special. Okay, wrapping up. Do you have any last questions that you need? What are you doing with my label maker child?
Oh, my dad used to have one of those.
We stay organized, and he just did his name. All right, put this on something.
Are you Joseph? That was my dad's middle name.
Yeah, his full name is Joseph Jules Jean Pierre, after his great grandfather in Senegal.
But you call him TJ?
Triple J. Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. My daddy was PJ.
Okay, you. Last thing. Okay.
My great grandfather died before I was born.
No, right after you were born. Yeah, it was after, because he found out that we named him after you, and then he died right after, and he was really happy. When I met him, I met his great grandfather in Senegal. He was blind and mostly deaf, and like the first thing he was like, "You need to name your firstborn son after me." And I was like, "So we need to name Joseph?" He's like, "No, the full name, Joseph Jules Jean Pierre and Ngom." And I was like, "Okay." So
and so that was taken out of your hands.
So I got to pick the girl. So I'm like
I picked Maisie. Arden picked her own name because she told me at 5 weeks in the womb what her name was. That's why it's so unusual. And then Dave picked Albert's name, but we had my dad's first name as his middle name, so he's Albert Patrick. And then he's got Thomas because he was born on my granddad's birthday.
Amazing.
They
okay. Yes, any last things that you need from me before we wrap up?
No, I don't. I'm going to put. I love my freebie. Absolutely love it. I've got to get my baby offer together. Brianna's writing my sequence. So
Amazing.
when I've got those together, I'm going to put them in the group. But you've given me a lot of things now. And I think I'll do a Facebook Live now quickly before I have my first podcast interview.
Perfect. Well, you're crushing it. For people who want to learn more about inner child healing, where should they find you?
Healingfromwithin.co.uk.
Amazing.
My website. And same for Facebook, Healing From Within UK.
I can't even. If you're watching video, you can see why. Okay, Kathy, you're amazing. I'm super proud of you, and I will talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.